Good evening everyone, and welcome to a jet-lagged, somewhat sleep-deprived Gundam news. I landed this morning and pretty much I immediately started working on this video. So if I look a bit sleepy now, it's because I've been pretty much awake for quite a while, because the sleep you get on an airplane just isn't quite the same as the sleep you get in an actual bed. But on to this week's main topic then, which will become the main topic for next week. Bandai announced that on the 27th, they'll be holding the Hobby New Item Info event for all of their model kit releases between the winter of 2025 and the spring of 2026. So that is quite the time span, which should give us quite a lot of model kit releases, both Gunpla and other kits. And for the Gunplas, I think we could see quite some interesting and possibly also unexpected releases. Because the big Gundam production that we'll be getting around that time is the second Hathaway's Flash movie. And when you think about it, the main Gundams already have a model kit, and in terms of the side machines, there's also only so much that they can do. So we'll definitely be getting some Hathaway's Flash kits to coincide with the movie release, but I don't see Hathaway's Flash completely filling up the Gunpla roster. And as for GQuuuuuX, I think they'll now be relegated to Premium Bandai, with all of their main mobile suits having gotten a Gunpla. It would be funny though if they decided to release the Kikaroga or the Psycho Gundam GQuuuuuX version, but I don't think they're actually going to do that. What I am expecting to do is Gundam Wing. The past few weeks, and also this week, as you'll soon see, have been quite filled with Gundam Wing 30th anniversary things, so what better way to put a bow on those celebrations than with a new Gunpla release, or potentially multiple new Gunpla releases. I know that I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but I would kill for either a high-grade Taurus or a high-grade Virgo, whether it's the Virgo 1 or the Virgo 2. And both of these machines are they're really popular, so they should be totally within the realm of possibilities. Although that is something that I've been telling myself for multiple decades at this point, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, something that also wouldn't surprise me is if we would get a high-grade Tallgeese or a high-grade Epion. We've gotten all of the Hero Gundams in high grade, so maybe next up it's going to be the bad guy Gundams in high grade. And of course, there's always a chance of getting a random Universal Century kit or a random Cosmic Era kit. We just got the Gallus J, so maybe Bandai is feeling something like a high-grade Gazome or a high-grade Gaza D. Although, to be honest, I would be quite pissed if those mobile suits got a kit before they cubed a mass production type. Or what about the Jammer Finn? That is also quite an interesting machine that I think would look really good as a modern high grade. There's a lot of cool things they could do with that kit, or with that mobile suit as a kit. As for the Cosmic Era, the Master Grade Rising Freedom and Immortal Justice were supposedly leaked a while back, so who knows? It would also be cool to see some more Master Grades added to the lineup. And again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I would also kill for some more Cosmic Era Grunt high grades. Whatever they go for, I would be totally happy with that. And for the big release then, I'm pretty sure they'll be announcing a new Real Grade or a new Master Grade Super Deformed, or who knows, maybe even a Master Grade Extreme. So let me know down below which mobile suit you would want that to be. And we're not done with the Gunpla news just yet, because the Mandala Gundam, also known as the Mandor Gundam, was announced as a Premium Bandai Limited High Grade. For 2,915 yen, 20 US, it can be yours in November, and this thing is looking really good. Not only is this probably the most terrifying rendition of the Mandor Gundam that I've seen so far, and I mean that in a positive sense, but it also comes with a ton of gimmicks and accessories. It can transform between mobile fighter mode and defense mode. You can choose between the regular scarf or the model kit exclusive wavy scarf. There's 2 open hands to replicate his famous pose from the anime. We've got a clear orange action base. And of course, we've got its main weapon, the Kakara, with some really cool extras. We've got a normal beam saber blade effect part, a beam saber blade effect part that makes it look like he's still pulling out the business end, and even 2 flamey beam effect parts on which 3 mini Mandor Gundams can be mounted on each flame. But that's not all you can do with those mini Mandor Gundams. We get a total of 8 of them, and we've also got 8 effect parts to make them look like they're flying out of the bell. So it's really cool to see the amount of love that went into this pretty obscure Gundam. On the figure front, meanwhile, we also got an announcement of an upcoming event. Tamashii Nation 2025, which will be held from November the 14th until the 16th in Akihabara. The event will be showcasing a lot of action figures, both new and old, and will of course also have some special items for fans to buy. If they can, that is, because all of these items are either logged behind the Japan-only Club Tamashii membership or a Japan-only lottery sale, and that lottery sale will only be happening after the event. So simply put, getting your hands on these things is either going to be extremely difficult or extremely expensive. So first up, for 11,000 yen, 75 US, there is the Robot Spirits Gundam Mark II AU Colors version anime Zeta Gundam 40th Anniversary. And unlike what you might be expecting, this is more than just a more expensive color variant. In fact, you might actually argue that this thing comes with less stuff, because almost all of the effect parts that the regular version came with are now gone. No more bazooka firing effect part, beam rifle firing effect part, thruster effect parts, and not even the slashing beam saber blade effect part. Only the 2 standard beam saber blade effect parts remain. And in their place, we're now getting this base to put it on and what is simply described as a booklet. As for the color scheme, it's desaturated and now also comes with cool markings. So it really is a give and take with this limited edition. Which was not the case with the second limited edition figure, the metal-built Providence Gundam Climax Battle version, which goes for 50,000 yen, 340 US, before taxes, shipping, and of course, scalping. It still comes with everything that the original metal build came with, but now replaces the stands for the Dragoons with new ones, which are apparently so amazing and cutting edge that they even applied for a patent on them. Which really makes me wonder about the specifics of what that patent, what is it exactly for? But anyways, according to the description, that is the major difference with the regular version, but I also feel like the colors have been made more vibrant, although maybe that is just because of the colors of the pictures. Also, for the people who already own the regular metal build Providence Gundam, but are extremely interested in those upgraded stands, they also say that they might sell just the stands for the Dragoons as a standalone set later on. Something then that will be easier to get your hands on is the Gundam Machibouke Real Type Colors. These things will be appearing in Japanese gachapon machines in December, and for 500 yen a spin, a little over 3 US, you can either get the RX-78-2, the Jim, the Zakuto Commander type, or the Dom in their real type colors. And of course, they are in their signature fetal position, wondering when it's finally time for them to launch. Or if you prefer your figures a bit more plushy, then in November you'll be able to get the Chibi New Arolina and Zex keychains for 2,200 yen each, 15 US. On the gaming front, meanwhile, the Gundam card game got its first premium goods announcement, which is of course limited to Premium Bandai. And since we're all about celebrating Gundam Wing's 30th anniversary, it is themed after Hiro and Relina. The set can be yours in January, and for 9,900 yen, 67 US, it comes with a Hiro card and a Relina card, 70 Hiro and Relina card sleeves, a Wing Gundam deck case, a playmat with a design that is yet to be unveiled, and a set of 10 resource cards. We've got Hiro, the Wing Gundam, and then 8 cards whose designs are yet to be unveiled. In Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Vignagina has joined the fray, while on Steam the G Cannon has become available. In UC Engage, a new raid battle featuring the Brawrello has gone live, and the UR Quest Pariah and her UR Custom Yogdoga have become available as event unit assemblies. And in SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, new Eternal Road event missions have been added. The Fierce Enemy Assault featuring the Musha Gundam and Command Gundam has gone live, and Master League Season 3 has gone live. And over at the Arsenal Base arcade game, Force Squad Season 4 has begun, featuring a bunch of mobile suits and characters from GQuuuuuuX, Witch from Mercury, Reconquista in G, and more. In other news then, we got some more advanced Zeta artwork showing us just how crazy compatible everything was and how they made it work. GQuuuuuuX Beginning and episode 1, 29, 42, and 43 of the original Gundam have become available at Japan Airlines' In-Flight Entertainment, and voting for the new Type Anime Awards have begun, with this time GQuuuuuuX Beginning and GQuuuuuuX being amongst the anime you can vote for in various categories, being things like Best Anime, Best Director, Best Character Designs, etc, etc, etc. If you want to cast your vote, whether it is for GQuuuuuuX or another anime, I will have the link down below. It is all in Japanese, but it should be pretty easy to navigate with something like Google Translate. As for the things you could get this week then, first up on the 21st, you could try for some Gundam-related prize items over at the Japanese arcades, and all of them also double as speakers. From GQuuuuuuX, you could go for either the GQuuuuuuX or the Red Gundam head-shaped speakers. And unlike previous Gundam head-shaped speakers, these don't seem to require you to actually open up any panels to reveal the speakers. So I guess that means that their design is just like innately good at being a speaker somehow. And then the third prize item is a Gundam 45th Anniversary X Hatsune Miku Genki Haro speaker, Miku version. It already looks like a cool display piece, just like that, and by opening up its mouth, it becomes a speaker. Plus, by flipping a switch, you can also activate the eyes. Unfortunately, they don't mention if the eyes sync up with the music, so since they don't mention it, I guess they don't. On the day this video goes live then, the Master Grade Super Deformed Aerial will be releasing for 4,290 yen, 29 US. And for that price, it comes with some really detailed eyes, 2 beam sabers with 2 green beam saber blade effect parts, a beam rifle with green beam effect part, the shield which can be broken up into its individual bit staves, which can then be used for either the bit on form or be displayed like flying around with the weapon display base. And the thing can also go up to permanent score 6 by switching out the red shell unit with the blue shell unit, so no stickers required here. And then finally in late August, the RAHDX Gundam Archives Neo LP Puru RE version was released for 19,800 yen, 135 US. Now, this is a significant price hike from the older version, but at the same time, the new paint job and the new head are also significantly better than the old version. Like, these two figure releases are really worlds apart. For this week's reading material then, there was the Plastic Model Kit Brush Painting Master Guide featuring some really cool Gundam kits and some really cool other kits as well. The Motto Shiritai Kido Senshi Gundam book, which translates to I Want to Know More Mobile Suit Gundam, and compiles a lot of data from like various Universal Century Gundam shows. There was the 28th chapter of Gundam Sequel, which became available for free online and is linked down below, but is of course entirely in Japanese. And then we also got the big comic Superior, in which Gundam Thunderbolt is being serialized. Now, earlier it was said that the final chapter was like right around the corner, and this time they actually specified that there's only 3 more chapters to go before we get to the final chapter of Gundam Thunderbolt. And finally then, for this week's apparel news, Bankore kicked things off on the 18th with some Haro silicone pouches, slated for a December release. They go for 2,970 yen each, 20 US, and you can get them in either OG Gundam Green, 00 Yellow, or Freedom Pink, and the available designs are either a like lively Haro hopping around with its ears flapping, or a very neutral Haro. And slated for an October release are some GQuuuuuX acrylic stands. For 1,100 yen each, 7 US, you can get a connectable acrylic stand featuring Anki, Jezzy, Naboo, Kane, Pomeranian, Dren, Denim, Xavier, and Komoli. And for 2,750 yen each, 19 US, you can get Xavier and Komoli as a big acrylic stand. Over at Strict G then, they started with this Gunpla logo t-shirt for 3,300 yen, 22 US, which will become available in physical Strict G stores on the 23rd. So today by the time this video goes live, or yesterday if you're looking at the Japanese time zone. And 1 week later on the 30th, you'll be able to grab the Gundam Wing After Colony collection. You can get a navy After Colony t-shirt or a white Wing Gundam t-shirt for 4,730 yen, 32 US, a Wing Gundam cap for 4,950 yen, 34 US, a Wing Gundam glass for 1,980 yen, 13 US, and an After Colony tote bag for 2,750 yen, 19 US. Or you could go for the Strict G Basic Shirts collection, featuring nylon shirts in Char Black, Zeon Forces Khaki, Amuro Navy, or Pomeranians Black, going for 8,250 yen each, 56 US. And another week later, on September the 6th, another 4,730 yen, 32 US, will get you a white GQuuuuuX t-shirt, a black Zeon t-shirt, a black Military Police t-shirt, a black Episode 1 t-shirt, or a white Episode 3 t-shirt. And just to be sure, those episodes are from GQuuuuuX. And last but not least, in mid-November, Strict G will be collaborating with Glamb for these Endless Waltz apparel items. So not only will they be appearing in Strict G stores, but they'll also pop up in the Glamb Tokyo store. For 8,800 yen, 60 US, you can get a Dead Scythe Hell or Sandrock custom t-shirt. For 12,100 yen, 82 US, you can get an Altron long sleeve t-shirt. For 22,000 yen, 150 US, you can get a Heavy Arms custom hoodie. And finally, releasing in December, there's a Wing Gundam Zero shirt going for 23,100 yen, 157 US, making it perfect for Christmas. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.